Hello to all amazing people, and welcome to another episode of Limbus Company, an amazing free-to-play gacha from Project Moon, where you put together teams of sinners and take them to do turn-based combat with. And I still need to complete the dungeon of the newest chapter here. I'm getting pretty close to the end. Should be an amazing fight. I already defeated the children. Now it's probably gonna be Don Quixote, the daddy. the first kindred, was it? Or how is it called? I don't know. But these were the second kindreds, right? All these numbers like kind of confused me a little bit. You can find the full playlist in the comment description below the video, see how I got to this point. Otherwise, sit back, relax, and enjoy as we enjoy the final part of the story here. Let's take some strong IDs. Some new ones, there we go, and then old ones in backup. Good. Yeah, I've been pretty happy with the new IDs. They're really powerful. Heathcliff and Ryushu. Sancho, when are you joining us? Nicolina, Coriambro, Dulcinea. None have ever loved me as fervently as they have. What about Sancho? Gallop on, dear Sancho, and strike our foes, like the days of yore where we vanquished the giants. Strike our foes with a heart that knows no fear. Well, Sancho, or as we used to know her, Don Quixote, is reluctant. Where are your loyalties? I see. I thought I had been galloping onwards towards something. Oh, look at how happy she was. But I was only going in circles. I am but a hollow shell, a mere vestige of a thing trapped on a carousel to nowhere. A mad woman slumbering in a sweet dream of galloping astride a steed across a vast field, feeling the cool breeze against her face. Don Quixote, you can still hear me, can't you? Don't listen to him, please, you're... No, she's no more. That person you knew once... No, is that... That person you once knew is dead. Perhaps I wish that Don Quixote would forget I ever existed. Yet I am returned here, so that I may never forget what I am again, so that I may pronounce the dream ended. Alright, well, that was a short story snippet. Are we gonna have to fight her now? Oh, we're gonna have to fight her. Alright. Dreamy hesitation. Oh, she's hesitating, so she's less powerful than usual. Armadura de Sangre. Stage 1 Armadura de Sangre used for special skills. Okay. Alright. Upon hitting 80, 60 and 40% HP, no longer take damage and gain new pattern. Upon gaining a new pattern, recover from stagger and raise speed to 10 next turn. Encounter star gain dreamy hesitation. The sleeping blood drenching the battlefield will surface, increasing blood fees by 400. Alright. If you can be freed from this excruciating sickness on hit, if the target has bleed, heal part and core by 40% of the damage dealt. This passive heals plus 1% more HP every bleed potency on self. Lots of info like usual. Oh, there's go. Armadura de Sangre. Combat start. Gain 1 Armadura de Sangre. Can draw below 1. Convert into Armadura de Sangre 2. So she's gonna get stronger over time. I don't know. Consume 10 blood feast. Gain 1 Armadura de Sangre. Con power plus 1 for every 10 Armadura de Sangre. Con power plus 1 for every 15 bleed on self. Inflict 3 bleed, so we don't want to put bleed on her, apparently. I'm not sure if I have the proper team for this, but I don't know, let's try and see what happens. Everyone's favorite. Let's get everyone's sanity up right away. Oh, this is not good, we're already putting bleed. Maybe I should have used counter on Heathcliff. Maybe, Yeah, so far, okay, so this Armadura de Sangre thing is going up. And going up a lot. It's already on 7. Oof. Oh no. More bleed. It's already on 10. But okay, we did some good damage at least. And now it's on stage 2. Stage 2 Armadura de Sangre. Turn 1 star. Gain 1 offense level and defense level for every 6 stack. Still hesitating at least? Yeah, okay. Clash power up. Okay. Some new abilities as well. So these are the same. And then new ability. Consume 4 Madura de Sangre to heal 10 SP. Consume 10 Blade Face to gain 1 Armadura de Sangre and heal 10 SP. Okay, so it's gonna be healing. It's really important. Whoa. Really? Struggling? It's really hard to clash against. What do we do now? I mean, I wanna clash like this. There are really 2 options here. One is to use IDs. I mean E.G.Os. But another, maybe even better one, is to like try to nuke it down before it gets its turn. Done like this. Let's try this. Okay. There, let's try to stagger her before she does her thing. Not sure if this will be successful. We are kind of close, so we might be able to do it. There we go, she's staggered. Eh, that was a good turn, I like that. So we didn't have to do the body zack, but I did it just in time. Well, just in case. Ah, it's okay. And now let's
So
we're gonna have very high sanity, but still. Okay, she's staggered. Good. A lot of bleed. And we don't really have a way to remove it either. But like, it has a passive. Once it reaches 80% HP, it will no longer take damage and gain a new pattern. So let's not use our best abilities here. So I'm gonna click here to get our most damaging abilities, and I'm gonna on purpose use the other ones, which are weaker, but it's gonna be enough to bring her to 80%. I feel like she's pretty much already at 80% anyway. She's gonna stop losing health like any moment now. Yeah, there we go. So what happened to them, you ask? Let us watch how this tale plays out. She's really strong. Sancho, I guess. Bloodfiend of Alamanchalan have all been significantly weakened due to 200 years of imprisonment and the lack of blood. But she looks like a second kindred isn't a foe we can reasonably contend with. Well, when we have ever fought anything we can reasonably contend with, eh? Maybe we get some help? Well, we'll die, revive, try again, eventually wear him down. Dear, strategy against this one is meaningless. Even her regeneration is incomparably faster than the one we met aboard the train. We will not win this battle by attrition. Are you going to keep standing in our way? Yes, I will stand in your way. So what? What are you even going to do, huh? Sinclair suddenly took a step towards Sancho. What do you even want to do to the La Mancha land? I will do my father's bidding and transform it into an image of his design. I'll kill you, then I'll find more humans to kill, feed their blood to my father, like a good blood fiend I am. Oh boy. Well, that doesn't sound good. Now she's doing like a... What's that? Can clash with this skill regardless of speed. Combat start. If there are enemies with bleed... Okay, it's gonna be easier to read it here. She's doing ecstasy of blood. Okay. Can clash with this skill regardless of speed. Combat start. If there are enemies with bleed, activate bleed on all enemies. All enemies lose 2 bleed count. If this effect did not activate at combat start, gain 30 bleed. Consume up to 40 blood feasts. For every 10 blood feasts consumed, gain 1 Armadura de Sangre and deal plus 25% more damage, max 100%. If this unit failed to consume blood feast, gain 5 bleed and activate bleed immediately. Lose 5 bleed count. After attack, end this turn. Unbreakable coin. Inflict 5 bleed and plus 2 bleed count. Inflict 5 bleed and plus 2 bleed count. Okay. Also, it seems like winning the clash against this doesn't really do anything. So... I wonder who should be... Okay, this is a piercing attack. So I should have somebody who's like strong against pierce. I'm surprised it only does 30 to 96 damage. Okay, that's one person. Okay, so if I wanna half my damage received, I should use him. However, this is an orange attack, and he's fatal to orange, so that wouldn't really help that much. Okay, she's enduring orange, but is fatal to pierce. Oh, she's enduring orange, but it's also fatal to pierce. So like, it will just be like a normal attack. Oh, we can go here. Normal, normal. Yeah, that sounds good to me. There. Good. And now... we just try to do as much damage as we can. To like stagger her again. There we go. Okay, Sinclair. This is like in the story. Sinclair stepped up. What they're gonna do? What they're gonna do to us? Raising his shield. Okay. That barely did anything. Wait. Why didn't anyone else do anything? Okay, now we're back to normal. Alright. Oh, we're actually having a dominating. That's interesting. Oh look, all the like super stacks are gone. Dreamy hesitation, blood feast consumed. There's no like clash power up anymore. Interesting. No more bleed, no more anything. Just a pure reset. Let's get the Dalahan going. Okay. Oh, come on, Sinclair. Can you finally get something more powerful? What are you good against? Blunt attacks. There. I mean, we can do a favorite here. Okay. Favorite, defense, favorite, nothing, power counter. dominating. She's unopposed. Alright. Like an okay-ish turn. I mean, everyone's like pretty high-ish sanity-wise. Yay, old Allahan, let's go, let's get on a horsey. Okay, we're gonna stagger her again relatively soon. It is one of those cinematic fights which we are bound to lose because we just can't win. We're not allowed to win. Ta! Enough. I love it. Almost staggered. Okay, she's relatively slow. So we can go first and stagger her again. So let's do it. Let's spam Mold Ralahan. I don't know if I want to use this. Is that necessary? I don't think it is. Let's save it. Actually, let's not. We're gonna get more. Oh, dominating. Okay. Wait. I did the counter, didn't I? So counter also transformed? That did way less than I thought it's gonna do. Okay, we are almost to the breaking point. There we go, broken. So now we take her to like 60%, almost already there.
이전까지 있었던 대부분의 관리자들은 이 타이밍에서 결정적인 일격을 지시하곤 했죠.
So like how close to like 60% are we? Let me calculate real fast. I'm gonna take out my calculator. 1795 divided by 2630, 68%. So, and if I do 2630 times 0.8, 2000, no, times 0.6, there we go. Ooh. 1578. So like we need to do like 200 damage. That should be doable. Let's just double check that the next stagger point is there. 60%. No longer takes damage and gains pattern. Upon gaining a new pattern, recover from stagger and raise speed to 10 next turn. Okay. So again, like I need to do like around 200 damage. So I think it's fine to use some like lighter skills here again. Maybe not too light though. So how much are we working with here? 40, 80, 100, 150, 310, 340 at most. We might get less with the rolls, but like we can also like let's use another stronger attack here just in case maybe. Okay. Alright. I know how important it is to get her to 60% here. Oh, it's... Wait, what? Already there? How? 200 damage in 2 hits? The door is shut. Something just occurred to me. That a heavy adamantine door stood between Sancho and I, tightly shut. Whatever I said wouldn't reach her, and she had no wish to open the door. We stood there in a stalemate. The sinners would conceal their troubles, shy away from attempts to understand them, but in the end, they all wanted something. There was this certain faith that I, as their manager, would be able to do something for them. Or at least they would find their wishes granted at the end of each of their flow. Yes, they all had dreams. He no longer wanted to be an outcast, she wanted to be special. He wanted to confront his past, so these three, yeah? He wanted to change, she wanted to sail onward, unanchored. He wanted to mend the two hearts broken apart. And every time I reached out, I cried out loud each of their dreams to them, and then with some luck managed to turn them away from the brink. What does Don Quixote want? I think Don Quixote just wants to forget. But to Don Quixote, whose dream has already ended, only now do I realize that I have nothing to give her, nothing to tell her. My role stopped at breaking through each sinner's barriers to retrieve their lost dreams, squeezing them past the doors to their hearts that remained open still, no matter how narrow the gaps were. I have never given them something new to dream about. Don Quixote. I'll tell you again, that's not who I am. That fool who used to twinkle her eyes at you, showing some ridiculous idea of a dream before you is dead. Has Don Quixote's dream ended? Has the dream of the other Don Quixote who lies there with his body impaled by so many stakes ended? What if the dream still continues? Sinclair? My dream. It ripened and ripened until the root set in. Thus it fell to the earth and burst. It is broken. All that remains is the decaying carcass of the dream. Sancho's lifeless eyes gaze into the distant hollow, seeing nothing in the futility that extends far beyond the horizon. But Sinclair redirects her gaze towards himself. La Mancha land manifests to devour humans, yeah, but it eventually disappears again. Look, on one hand it's trying to hurt us humans, but on the other hand, it keeps trying to hide away too. Even as he lies there, his body torn apart by thousands of stakes, he's been trying. Perhaps your father, even he, maybe he. This is what I think we must do. We have to go back to the birthplace of that dream. The tightly shut door suddenly shook, and in front of it stood Sinclair. A familiar red sign, though incomplete, briefly flickered from his forehead, and a blinding white light surrounded him. Sinclair was what? The Night of the White Moon? Oh, tom tom tom, the plot thickens. Barry. I haven't uttered that name in such a long time. A human at my mansion. Apologies, your worship. We should never have let her through, but she wields all kinds of fantastical weapons. She managed to be granted audience with you, father. A bloodfin hunter, are you? I managed to break through my children's vigilance? I commend your skill, human. It cannot have been easy. So what is that you seek from this audience? Is your wish to be obliterated without a trace, or is it to join my family? Neither. I'm here to challenge you to a duel. Okay, so it's not Sinclair, but he's like acting like the Night of the White Moon. A duel! I'm not like the other blood fiends, I have no interest in killing humans for sport. However, I'm also not so generous a blood fiend to let a human who dared to walk into her own doom simply saunter away without consequences. Humans and blood fiends are at war out there, did you know that? Just a pit fight between the unquenchable blood fiends and humans who learn to transmute their hatred into the light. I care not for such degeneracy. Why do you refuse to take a side? Should a family of your might take a side, it would mean the decisive end of the war. Haven't I already told you, or does your fleeting human life require a simpler explanation? I would prefer not to dirty my clothes in a pit fight. I refuse to bring myself down to that level. Is that so? I'm here to do one of two things. One, convince you. Or 2, should my first option prove unfeasible, slay you. Well, are you powerful enough, Barry, to do that, though? Because you are more dangerous than both of them when you're sitting here and doing nothing. So duel me. You won't get a chance like this again, because I know exactly what you seek. Aha. Not even I am privy to that knowledge. Yet a human who knows me not, who has only met me for the first time today, claims to know that. I know you blood fiends, those blessed with longer lives than humans, yet cursed to live in a greater miseries for every second of their longer life. I just changed the carpets of this hall. I do not wish to dirty it with lowly human blood. So interesting, he's very like avoiding of the duel. Leave, and my children outside this mansion will deal with you. Should you employ your children to kill me, you will never learn the source of your suffering. You will remain unchanging, stagnant, steeped in your misery, until one day the memory of this moment returns to you as regret. Father, if you would allow me, I will quietly take care of this interloper. Grab your weapon, answer my duel, and I promise you upon my honor as a fixer that I will grant you what you truly seek. I can give you. No human, let alone a blood fiend, has ever matched me evenly in strength. Then I suppose I shall have the honor of being the first human to do so. How intriguing. The duel continued for 3 days. 3 days without a victor. So this is what we already reenacted in the stage plays, right? The never-ending duel. Why not take a brief respite? It has been 3 days. 3 days. Yes, there's been 3 sunrises and sunsets. I'm quite certain that makes it 3 days. Well, it usually does. But we are yet to decide a victor. Too bad. At times like this, we must each take enough rest to recover. And duel again at a later date. I will return. You would stop the battle before it ends, allow your enemy to rest, and even promise to reconvene at a later date? Who decided these odd rules would become laws? Fixers. It's a law of the fixers. Father allowed that human to leave. He did not even sick us children on her, and that was that. Will you truly let her leave just like that? A human who so insolently warned you of all blood fiends that she would return. Well, I guess he is. It is their law, she says. Here she is again, Sancho. Go tell her that your father is indisposed today and has no time to spare for a duel. Go tell her yourself. I'm growing tired of this. What joy does that woman get out of this altercation? She could have at least had the courtesy to arrive at our gates with hands full of refreshments. How should I know? What I'm certain of is that this intruder will never leave us alone until we open our gates. Why did I ever agree to something so vexatious? It is about time we put an end to this, Father. I find no joy in telling you this, but it does not benefit your reputation to be locked in a duel with a mere human for so long. The other children are saying things. You will understand the pain of dealing with children when you make kindreds of your own. How many times have I told you, I refuse to do such a thing? How harsh you are. Worry not, I intend to put an end to this today. I have been planning to do so for a while. I am certain that you do not require my assistance. I should be enough to tip the scales in your favor. It is all right. This is a duel, is it not? A duel must be fair and just. Is that not what she said last time, verbatim? Something about the laws of fixers? So, what exactly are fixers? I do not know. He doesn't know. That absurd duel continued with no end in sight, and I found myself measuring the time like some referee. It is time. Phew, that was close. I thought we'd finally have a victor in this duel. I would like to ask you something. Yeah? What, pray, is a fixer? What is this fixer that has made you so pertinacious and stubborn? You have mentioned their laws on our first bout as well. Is the honor of fixers so significant that you would wager your life on it? I can tell you if you want. And they both simultaneously lowered their weapons. You're looking forward to her arrival now, aren't you? You're waiting for her. The fault lies with the human. How dare she cuts off her story short right at the climax? Ah, she's here, let her in, will you? So what happened to that fool whose rope snapped at the exact moment? No, I must know what happened to the siblings first. The fool who hung onto a rotten strand of rope fell to the earth, and the siblings lived happily ever after. What an exciting tale that was! My hands had grown so sodden from the sheer suspense. Oh, is she the fault that he got like totally crazy about stories and decided he wants to travel and see the world? Yeah, it seems like. Sancho, when did you settle so close to our conversation? Barry, do you recall the place you told me of upon our last meeting? This amusement park? Will you speak to me of it again? Ha, father, this is the 7th time. Yet no books of heroic tales ever mention such a thing as an amusement park. Well then, tell me, describe the sight. Children enter there, holding tightly onto their parents' hands. What of their expressions? Practically radiant with the happiest, brightest smiles in the world. All wear pretty headbands or elaborate masks, and they play such catchy, exciting music all year around. People dance to the music too. Its guests are free to do whatever they want. Enter a game of marksmanship at the shooting range, explore a spooky haunted mansion. I can't say at this the point of all this. What of this ride? This is called a carousel. The visitors each ride upon a steed that goes in circles. They ride on horses only to go in circles? How utterly devoid of meaning. And this here is called an observation wheel. Humans use it to view the sights from a higher elevation. Not only did they craft a giant, its size 1,000-fold of humans, but also dared to enter its body? What a splendid method by which one may overcome their fears. You're seriously misunderstanding what this is. I have conceived an idea, most ingenious. Well, and here La Manchaland idea was born. And this is where you stop listening to him. So she says, should I? The pair of you are becoming alike in the worst possible ways. I wish to build one myself. An amusement park where humans and bloodfiends can happily coexist. I shall call it La Manchaland. Step by step. 1, 2, 3. I found myself slowly becoming engrossed in her tales. That is how his dream became mine. But it wasn't long before it was broken and cast aside, like my father. Yet there exists an understanding beyond sight. Why does La Manchaland not exist in perpetuity, but seek to vanish only within hours of its manifestation? It can only be your father's final lingering conveyance of his will. Father gave me Rocinante so that I may embark on an adventure of my own. But none of my tales were real, they were all fake. Once I drank from the river of oblivion, once I imprisoned myself in a cell of my own making, I spent day after day immersed in these books of fixers. And that has tainted my story with vacuous lies and hyperbole. What was it that you have always said to me? That it was about time I woke up from my delusions? Yes, I suppose now is the time I came to my senses. And here we go, back to the fighting. And here it is, the skill again. Oh, this is something new. This is a bit stronger than the last one. Don Quixote Hardblood Arts 2 Armadura de Sangre can clash with skill regardless of speed. Combat: consume 200 blood feast, gain 500 shield HP, 5 Armadura de Sangre, and 1 presence of the second kindred. While this effect is active, when this unit takes damage, the attacker gains 5 bleed after attack. While this effect is active, the shield HP does not expire at turn end. When conditions are met, gain 3 fragile until this effect expires and this unit gains a new pattern. What conditions? Oh, clash lose. Gain 3 fragile as long as the shield gained due to this skill is active. Deal minus 50% less damage and the damage from this skill does not stagger the target. End this turn. So it's like extremely important we win a clash against this. Alright. 3 to 15. Oh, that shouldn't be too hard to win a clash against. Who is it gonna do it? Well, since it's so important, I could use an E.G.O. Like, this E.G.O. cannot lose. Yeah, it's 18 minimum, and the thing is like 5 to 17, so we'll always win the clash. Okay. I don't know how smart it is to like attack with other people, but let's do it anyway. Because the shield needs to be broken eventually, so... Alright. Hopefully I did everything correct here. We'll see. And so far it wasn't too complex. Like, I didn't see like many different things that I could have done differently. So it's lost the clash, so my people will not get staggered off of it. And now it has 5 fragility. Okay. Dominating, 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 struggling. Why are we using this one if you're struggling? Dominating, neutral. How are my people doing? They have quite a bit of bleed. Let's heal them up a bit. There. Good. And we're gonna get even more bleed, right? Okay. I think the fight probably ends once we get to half HP. I mean to 40% or so. She's just too powerful for us. Game will be like, and you lose. But we still have to like get her there, so. Okay, that was a good turn. Let's do another one. Dominating, dominating, dominating. Actually, wait. Let's do Dalahan. There we go. Struggling. Hopeless. Okay. How's our HPs? Some are better than others. Actually, Sinclair is in a rough shape. We don't have huge amounts of bleed or anything like that, though. Shall we do some burn? This is just favored. This is dominating. Okay. I mean, I could also just defend, I guess. Alright. Oh, Dalahan, my faithful steed. Serious Skullbuster. Sikamida. Okay, the shield is gone. I think we're really close to like breaking it. Oh, it's actually broken. Oh, Ryushu does so much damage. It's kind of intense. Begundes, this is a portrait of the dares. Will you observe a little closer? Why do you persist? You have all told me time and time again to come to my senses, have you not? Then why this hypocrisy? Why continue this hopeless, senseless fight? Well, I don't know. To protect something? To get a hollow bow? To... I don't know. No, to get Don Quixote back, that's right. Wake up, I'm not the person you once knew. It felt as though my clock hands had grown rusted. I couldn't speak, I couldn't say anything. What should I do? We followed her here to continue her dream, but I don't have anything to offer her. No dreams of my own, no memories of my own. I didn't have anything to share with her. Then, you were always a right troublemaker, lass, but I always liked your idea of justice, honor, and loyalty. Besides, you'd grown on me. And now, after all this grandstanding, you're just gonna give up? You're just gonna up and leave us while giving us that glum, sore-faced look? Think I'll just quietly sit on our arses and accept that? What nonsense are you? No more. I do not wish to leave behind my dearest fellow of mine again. You know how depressing the bus will be without you, Chiquita? Come on. Yeah, the sinners each started chiming in, even though they had already seen her true nature. Yeah, so first everyone was super pissed off about it, and now they're all of a sudden really fine with it. What's up with that? That was a big change of heart, wasn't it? Don't you have so many more tales of adventures to share with us? Come on, tell us more. So many of them got cut short during the bus ride, remember? They continued to tale without hesitation, not a trace of fear in their voices. Quite a thrill this is. Now this is true adventure. There is no cause of hesitation. A true hero succumbs to no hardships. Now this actually gave me goosebumps. Oh boy, that feels good. Stop them this instant. It appalls me greatly to think that one must suffer everlasting sights of despair and captivity for the many. The forces of evil must be uprooted with haste in order to raise the banner of justice high. Negotiate with an evil villain such as he? How? Hence, onward we travail. Listening to your powerful cries, Don Quixote, they really made me feel like we had the wind at our backs. Well, it usually took the wind right out of me, but oi, I enjoyed a good few of them. You messed up plenty of situations by charging on without looking both ways, but at least it's better than being wishy-washy about it and constantly flip-flopping your stances. I like your ACTS. Yeah, you were always the first one to take actions cutting through the shift. Is that ICTS? You never let ambiguity stop you. So this time, shouldn't we be the ones to take the initiative to ensure that Don Quixote's adventures don't come to an end? That her tale continues? The question seems to be how. What, are you gonna beat the senses back into her like back when? No, I don't want Don Quixote to come to her senses. Executive Manager, we have no way of knowing how many people she has killed in the past merely by existing. Ah, of course, Otis, the odd one out. Will you embrace her still? I will. I'll determine the time to bring her back to her senses. No matter what lurks in the past of us sinners, even if they have killed hundreds, thousands, no, tens of thousands of innocent people, will you still embrace them? I will. I looked at Otis. She wasn't just talking about Don Quixote, she was... Oh, talking about herself? I will, as long as they have the will to change. To move forward, I will be there for them. I wonder, is this like the foreshadowing for what Otis has did in the past? Oh, I will remember what you have said here today. Well, variant Don Quixote style Sancho arts to La Sangre. Okay. Variant. This one, right? Variant Don Quixote style Sancho arts 4-track. Prioritizes targets with most bleed. If the target is the one with most bleed, gain attack weight +2 and clash power +3. Consume up to 30 blood fees, gain 1 armadura de sangue and coin power +1 for every 15 blood consumed. Okay, inflict 8 bleed, inflict 1 bind next turn. Okay, it's La Sangre and not the ambushed one. She got another one here called... This is Arts 3. Oh, this is Arts 4. No, actually she's doing this one, no? Variant Don Quixote Sancho Arts 2 La Sangre. Can clash with this skill regardless of speed. Consume 50 blood fees to inflict 1 powerless against the target itself. Okay. Healed by damage dealt. Alright. It seems like it's best to like try to... If there isn't enough blood feast, consume 100 HP from this unit to gain clash power +5. How much blood feast is there? There is enough. So she's gonna get clash power +5. Okay. And this is Pierce again. So we can guard against it. Can I turn this off? No, okay. Awkward. Good luck, Sinclair. Okay, we turned into a Dalahan even though we didn't actually clash. Okay. Dominant, favorite, dominating, hopeless. I guess I can just defend then. I still are favorite, which is not super great, but it's probably okay. Ah, just fine. So at 40% HP, she's gonna change patterns again. So we are powerful enough to take her on. Who would have guessed? Ah, she's getting really close to 40%, no? Oh, we did the sharp harpoon. I should have used the other skill. Ah, doesn't matter. I like the animation of shark harpoon. It's pretty cool. What's with that sword though? Look at that thing. Oh, wait, what? Did she just take damage instead of... Did she just intercept the attack? Or like guard or something like that? I didn't see that interaction yet. Okay, first of all, okay, 3 abilities are going into Sinclair here. Those 3 we really want to like intercept. What is this? Oh, 2 clash power up again. And we can't stagger her this time. And I don't think I can do 700 damage. Okay, so most important thing here. Let's heal up people a little bit. Okay, anything with like... So priorities is people with most bleed, I see, okay. Unopposed. Are we too slow? Come on. Struggling. There. And then let's see. So now we are not getting attacked anymore here. So that's pretty good. Let's see. Power counter, dominating. What is this doing? 15 to 51. Okay, this one's kind of nasty. Piercing, dark blue. Okay, you should take that. And there. 4 to 12. Okay, 15 to something. Okay, unopposed. Okay. Boom. Okay. That's going good. Yeah, it was actually an easy fight. For now, we'll see. Now just keeping everyone relatively healthy and winning clashes was good enough. I'd say there was like one tricky turn where I decided to stagger her instead of like clashing because like the chances were like struggling. But other than that, everything else felt pretty clean. And yeah, we're using some E.G.Os now to win clashes. I don't think it's like totally necessary, but I have a lot of resources, so why not? And we get to see some wonderful animations while we're at it. We lost that one, okay. Wait. What is this? La Aventura ha terminado. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Adventure is over. Combat start. Consume 45 minus current SP. Blood Fist. To heal up to 45 SP. Okay, gets to max XP. If there isn't enough Blood Fist, consume HP to heal SP. Gain shield equal to the remaining Blood Fist. Max 100. There's no more Blood Fist, so that's not gonna happen. Inflict 10 bleed, consume 100 blood feast on clash loose, increase blood feast equal to the damage dealt. Deal plus 10% damage for every bleed on the target. Deal plus 10% more damage for every blood feast. Okay, so we need somebody without bleed to clash with us. Like Ryushu can do it. What is the type of the attack? Pierce? Orange Pierce? She's weak against that though. But like, is this really a problem? Struggling? Yeah, it kind of is. How much does the Faust have? Nothing. Okay, let's try to... Oh, neutral. Okay, let's not. So I kind of want to win this clash, but it's not trivial. Yeah, it just rolls way too high. So we need somebody who rolls up to like 28. Well, we do have an ace up our sleeve. The Everlasting. Oh, it's not good enough. Interesting. $24, $26, $26. How much was it? $28? $26. Oh, this one goes 30. Let's do this one. There. Try to do as much damage as we can. Okay. Getting there, almost there. 445 still. 400. And remember, we also have like backup people if we need. The king in binds. I'm bound to reign alone atop this solitary throne. Oh, she's not happy. Look at this slash. Wow. Is he dead? Nope. Doing quite well, actually. Hopeless. Is it hopeless? No, this guaranteedly wins. Come on, Angela, go away. 18 minimum for this one. Dominating, struggling. Dominating, favorite. Yeah, that's good. Let's do a counter again. You can't win this. I'm a negative coin ID, which is totally OP. Hey. What happened with like stage 3 and stage 4? Like there are a couple of attacks she never did, I feel like. Or am I just like crazy? I feel like that. Oh, she's dead? Almost. Oh no, still has 143. But like the body was at 0. Yeah, we staggered her. We broke her body. No, it's done. Victory! Hey, come, join us. Join us. I know you're too powerful for us to really defeat you, but the adventure has ended. Yeah, that's like the Adventuro Terminado, the final move she did. I think, like Spanish, maybe. I think it roughly translates to this. The adventure has ended. And thus, so did my dream. It's not over yet. We're pretty major characters in our adventures too, you know? You can't just end the story without even asking its cast. So stupid. Her words of denial are tinged with something new, something we hadn't heard in what felt like forever. Anticipation. The door opens ajar. A narrow opening, but still an opportunity that Sinclair and the Sinners gave me. I reach out and seize the opportunity through that opening, just as I had always done. just as I had rewound the clock over and over again to not lose them. Stage, narration, and La Manchaland with its every move tied to its stage directions. I know what to do. The flow I must find. The flow I must hitch myself to. However, Don Quixote, who despaired that this moment was to be the end of her tale, still refused to give up. Stop it! I've come back to my senses, woke up from my delusions. You may have once called me Don Quixote, but I am Sancho now. Don Quixote has never been an adventurer all on her lonesome, however. How could she give up when she knew they were all counting on her? Yeah, who would have thought that she... Tongue? Is this really the how do you change the word thing? Who would have thought that she'd forget something so important? I don't know. That she had a whopping 12 companions in her story. Well, not every fight ended with a triumphant victory, but every time they were teetering on the brink of defeat, she'd always shout, "We shan't ever give up," or something like that, right? With every despair, with every moment of dejection from her fellows, the void of despondency was made whole by Don Quixote's tales of wonder, so that their sights were not to be led astray from their dreamward journeys. The tales were so extraordinarily ingenious and so brilliant that it gave many the very resolve needed to rise to their feet at their darkest hours. Well, right. And we beat the shit out of countless insane bastards or villains. Fought some poor blokes who were turning into bugs. Braved all kinds of monsters too. Got swallowed by a giant whale too. Art. Yes. The adventurers aboard the train would also make for quite a tale. Oh. And there were good people who were trying to take our treasures away from us too. We sure had a lot of close calls. No destination was free of such risks. But hey, in the end, they got their names positively plastered all over the newspaper. Got their names out there like superstars. And perhaps she had more than the 12 companions who cheered her on. So the personality of Don Quixote is breaking through one sentence at a time. Yeah, it is. It's really good storytelling. I like it. To the most magnificent fixer of the sink, thine account was a tale most moving, a tale that could move mountains. I shall remember thy tale between every breath of mine existence, and I aspire to be a righteous fixer of justice, just as thyself. Yes, somehow I always received replies to my letters, and I didn't even write a proper address on them. Oh, does comet a reply? Let's see. Dear Don Quixote, who dreameth of becoming a great fixer, persevere and enlighten thyself until thou understandest the virtues. Then thou shalt become a fixer most brave, most magnificent. Thus thou shalt never give up. For thy dream shall one day be realized even in the waking world. Manager Esquire, dost thou carry a dream, Manager Esquire? Verily I do. It was you, Barry. All those fixers who wrote me all those replies, it was you. It was you who delivered all those books to my room. Remember? We promised to meet again once each of our adventures are complete, and tell one another about all of our adventures. Answer my duel, and I promise you upon my honor as a fixer that I will grant you what you truly seek. I can give you a tomorrow. You speak in riddles, human. Should I consider that a yes? Of course not. Tomorrow is promised that does not hinge on your blessing. Oh, look at their glorious duel. How great. Let's watch it a bit. I wonder if it should loop, right? How would otherwise go? A certain castle in the past. Okay, I think, yeah, this is where the loop restarts. Okay. No, that's not the tomorrow I'm talking about. I'm talking about the tomorrow you seek. You've been living out your days, mired in meaningless, quietly wasting away inside, drinking human blood, compelling not to be your own will. Well, this is how it started, by him like jumping in and then she going to the right and crossing her swords, right? Quite a nice loop. Like, unless you really know what you're looking for, you wouldn't really be realizing that it was like where it starts and ends. Here. Drinking human blood, compelled not by your own will, but by your sickness, in your countless years of existence. You've never had any reason to exist, have you? But your illness, and this applies to all of your kind, is loneliness. It's the kind of suffering you can't weather through by huddling together with your family in the dark. So I offer you this, anticipation for what tomorrow holds. In other words, a dream. I can make you a dream. Shout your name out loud if you would accept my proposition. Let us give it our all, and may the best warrior claim victory in this singular bout. My name is Don Quixote. My name is Barry. Ooh. This is how the stage duel between Don Quixote and Knight of the Moon ended. You must come with me, for this journey demands your company. In return, when the time is right, the promised timepiece you once heard shall come to be by your side. Even when you feel like giving up on yourself. So I promise you this, that one day you will return to the beginning of all things, and tell them all about the adventures you've had. Ah, you are Don Quixote? You call me a promised timepiece then? Indeed, you must be the promised timepiece. And I'm here to make good on that promise. Don Quixote, that promise to continue your adventure. Has the adventure ended? No, I don't think it's ended. Is that true? And the adventure goes on? It goes on. Even now, at this very moment. Sancho, why do you return without slaying them? Oh, father, you're always a rebellious child, unlike my other children. Even before you became my kindred, you never once begged me for life, even as life began to fade from your eyes. And even after I embraced you as my child, you never once showed me that attachment to life. Because there was nothing to love in that life. Then love this place, won't you? They have gone through hell and back, tried all manner of things to break this madman's delusions, to bring me home to where I belong. Thus, to me, this woe I suffer is my love. The stakes that impale me are my succor, and the blood of humans they feed me is my glory. If you were mad, then that very same madness must have taken a hold of me. Your ideas and beliefs, which were indistinguishable from utter insanity at first, slowly took root in the barren, cracked earth that was my heart and began to grow. The times you've spent, the nonsense you've babbled at me as we adventured together only nurtured the hopeless garden. Yet my dream was an abject failure, Sancho. You must have seen it yourself on this journey of yours. Was the world you experienced out there truly righteous, as I had always said, as we had dreamed together? Was it, as Barry said, your fixers honorable heroes, bastions of justice, willing to sacrifice their lives for the weak and the downtrodden? Was it true that God eventually triumphs over evil? No, that is why all tales are but fabrications. I fell off my steed, Sancho, and the shock roused me to the cold waking world. And I am too hurt, too broken to dream again. Thus my dream has met its end. Alright. Now what? Upon obtaining this E.G.O gift, the following effects. Don Quixote's level rises to 50. Don Quixote's uptide and threat spin tiers rise to tier 4. If the level uptide tier or threat spin tier are higher than the above values, they maintain those values. All of Don Quixote's skills gain final power plus 2. When any ally dies, the dream begins anew. I like it. When any ally dies, the remaining allies heal 15 SP, and at turn end gain plus 1 attack power up next turn. Alright. And there is the checkpoint. And there is that. So I guess we have to fight Don Quixote's father. And we get Don Quixote back, which is pretty cool. But that's gonna be it for this episode. It was quite a long one. A lot of nice stories. That was good. That was good. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I wish you all to have a wonderful day. Do something nice. Be kind to each other. And let's make the world a better place together. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next episode of Limbus Company, where we're gonna be taking on, well, the viewing wheel. It's gonna be the father, right? I think so. Yeah, I think so. TheNeomare signing out. Bye bye.